Today we're going to talk about writing down your trading goals for 2018. Stay tuned, traders. We're going to talk about that next. G'day traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Beautiful sunny morning, New Year's Eve day in Perth, and perfect appropriate time to talk about today's topic, which is writing down your trading goals for 2018. Now today, I think it's really imperative to sort of start with the big picture in mind. Obviously, not only reassessing what's happened this year for you in your trading, what you've been able to accomplish, what you've done well, where you've come to in your trading. Perhaps maybe it hasn't gone as well as you'd like. Perhaps you're struggling to be consistent. Maybe you've made some huge gains and you want to keep getting better and more consistent. Whatever those goals are for you, I think it's important to sort of ask yourself a few questions and start big. Like whenever I have some challenges, every single day I'm just writing stuff down, and then there's the big picture where you've got to step back, and this is a perfect time because we've got the new year starting, and ask yourself a few questions and start off with where you want to be in 12 months time. Now, that may be to be trading a certain size, or to be more consistent, or to be trading more frequently, whatever those goals are. But then we want to deconstruct that back down and break that down, maybe into some short-term monthly goals. And that might be coming backwards and saying, where do you want to be in 6 months in order to hit that target? Or perhaps maybe, and then quarterly, and then monthly, and then weekly, and chunk it right down as simple into the simplest little steps possible. You need to be able to deconstruct that down into the smallest little bits and pieces, so that whatever those goals are, no matter how big they are, there's actually a process, a stepping stone that not only can you monitor along the way, but also have some targets that potentially you can be hitting along the way. Now, obviously with trading, you're not necessarily going to be hitting, week in and week out targets for profit or anything else, but the process part of that can be in place. So we can't control the outcomes of the trades, but we can certainly control the process part. Now, if your expectancy is positive and the process is in place and you're hitting those steps along the way, then obviously monitoring the profit outcome, the P&L, all that sort of stuff is all part of the picture. But you want to be able to write these steps down into the simplest little equations. So for example, if you're going to be bumping up in size, number one, how's that going to feel if you are used to taking, whatever, a $50 loss or a $5,000 loss? How's it going to feel if all of a sudden now you're taking a $100 loss, or maybe a $7,000 loss? Are you emotionally ready to handle that next little step? What are the little bits along the way that's going to allow you to, again, be more consistent? So if you're trading live, or you're, in my case, trading end of day, I look at some of the different scenarios that I've faced this year, and how am I going to handle that if I bump up my size, or if I'm taking on market orders versus limit orders, that sort of stuff. We talked about this with spreads widening and different things at the rollover times. Just different little things that you're going to encounter, and how are you going to be best prepared to handle that, and are you prepared to handle that? Is your skill set ready to match that? So we talk about this in the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders. If you haven't done that, go to my homepage and download it, because one of those steps along the way is accelerated learning. So you want to try and replicate as close as possible your live trades, but accelerate, maybe 10 to 20 trades a day, speeding up your learning process, because the market is going to, every single day there's something for you to learn. So again, just kind of deconstructing down everything in your goal setting process. So the 3 M's in terms of your emotional mindset component. How are you going to manage that stress? How are you going to manage your positions? How are you going to manage executing your methodology? How are you going to manage your money and scale that up when you are doing well? And how are you going to be a very prudent risk manager when you're losing, and be able to scale that down? All these little things, but just keep it simple. The key thing is that one of the mantras we talk about all the time is constant progress, and that's the real key. So let's say you fall short of your goal by 50%. As long as you've improved in this next 12 months, That's the main objective. I don't want to set limits on myself. I don't believe in limits. I think limits can serve us in a debilitating way where we will, self-sabotage at some sort of part of the equation as we get close to achieving certain goals. So it's important that the goal setting process is merely just in a dynamic state. It's only helping us continuously move forward, not allowing us to plateau. And that's why I think it's important for you to, press the boundaries a bit. And when you hit new targets, set new ones and press the boundaries again, on your skill set, on your size, position sizing. That's the great thing about the markets. There is no limit. Then there's no limit to how good you can get. So have a think about that. Start with the big picture, then break that back down into smaller components and deconstruct that down into the actual day in and day out process, not only in your mental preparation, in your skill set. How are you going to monitor your markets? How are you going to be able to pick up your triggers? How are you going to enter the market? Are you going to be able to enter in on limit orders, market orders? Are you going to have some sort of progression for achieving size in your trades as your execution gets better and better? Simplify your methods. Keep it really simple so that you can duplicate that week in and week out. And then have perhaps somebody that you can meet with maybe on a monthly basis or a weekly basis who can monitor your progress from an outside-in perspective and look at things with a bit more realistic outlook on where you're at with your goals. So sometimes we get a little bit, I suppose, we ignore our mistakes and we only focus on where we've done well. And I think it's really important that you can take your mistakes and learn from them, and then maybe minimize them, and then magnify your strengths. So again, heading into 2018, let's make this our best trading year ever. Mike Bellafiore says it best: how good can we get, traders? So have a safe and happy new year. Let's hit the ground running in 2018, and let's make this the best year so far. Have a great trading week, enjoy New Year's, and we'll see you in the new year.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.